Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So we are on a bit of a roll today and there's so much to cover, there's so much out there, so I've decided to dedicate today to Meghan and Harry's mess, the whole debacle of Meghan and Harry, because we know that we have a big day tomorrow. It will be the official release of the Oprah interview that they have done, which is set to go live first out in the United States of America, and then we are fortunately blessed to have it over here the next day at 9 p.m. on ITV in the UK. So there's a lot that's going down, so I decided, right, I'm going to dedicate some time to really cover all of the mess that has been going on and is surfacing online. It's gone absolutely crazy. So I'm going to start with an old favourite, which is of course Piers Morgan, and he said this a few days ago and I did see it, but I didn't put it on the channel, and I thought that he was correct. And I know he is a long-time critic of Meghan and Harry. He always has something to say whenever they do something, but it's hard to not agree with him, even though Piers Morgan himself has his own haters. So this article was by The Mirror, and Piers Morgan furiously brands Meghan Markle's Oprah interview deluded bilge. If you haven't heard of the word bilge before, it's nonsense. That's basically what he said. It's a whole load of deluded nonsense that she is talking and spouting, which is a common sentiment amongst the British public, British taxpayers and Americans alike, and anyone else in the world or anyone who resides in the Commonwealth who has been watching this drama go from bad to worse and get uglier and uglier. Meghan and Harry's relentless moaning is not getting them anywhere, but they are continuing to bang on about how terrible it is to be rich and well known, and, or should I say, public figures with all that money, land and historical wealth and culture that they've turned their backs on. They are still continuing to moan, and they've even gotten some celebrity friends to jump on the bandwagon to directly trash the royals and trash the Queen. This is not going to end well. We are here for the story. We are going to watch it all go down, I guess. So this article starts off with, in the new shocking clip, Meghan Markle said she could not be expected to stay silent if the royal family, who she cuttingly referred to as the firm, played a part in perpetuating falsehoods. Piers Morgan has lashed out at Meghan Markle's latest comments, suggesting she is not afraid of the consequences of speaking out, in a teaser trailer of her explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey. In the shocking clip, Meghan said she could not be expected to stay silent if the royal family, who she cuttingly referred to as the firm, played a part in perpetuating falsehoods. However, Piers branded the Duchess of Sussex's interview puke-worthy and held it as self-serving bilge. Sharing a clip of the teaser, Piers mockingly tweeted a puking emoji and wrote, "Miss Markle thinks she's in a movie. This interview is going to be Oscar-winning, deluded, self-serving bilge." In the 30-second clip, Winfrey asks Meghan, "How do you feel about the palace hearing you speak your truth today?" The Duchess replies, "I don't know how they could expect that after all of this time we would still just be silent if there is an active role that the firm is playing in perpetuating falsehoods about us." And it goes on to say all of the other fluff that she added to this. And Piers has taken aim at Meghan throughout this week over the upcoming interview, at first calling for it to be cancelled over the Queen's distress as Prince Philip remains in hospital. While co-host Susanna, who herself says she is a fan of the couple, admitted that it was bad timing for the interview to air, Piers also hit out at Meghan after reports that she had been accused of bullying aides at the palace. It has been claimed that the Duchess of Sussex has faced a bullying complaint after being accused of emotional cruelty from a close advisor at the palace. He fumed, "These are serious allegations. This is an allegation that Meghan drove two PAs out of the palace through alleged bullying." As the Times puts it, sourced to their own communications boss at the time in an email, there is a suggestion that the reason they haven't spoken, these alleged victims of the alleged bullying, is because there were non-disclosure agreements at the time. Now, Meghan Markle is very strong about women finding their voice. She wants women to be free and feel secure enough to air their voice. So I'm assuming that if there are NDAs, Meghan Markle would wish for them to be removed immediately so that the PAs who left the palace after this alleged bullying are able to have their say and without any fear of any consequence. This is a very big story, and it puts a very different gloss on what may be coming on Sunday, when clearly from the trailers we're going to see 2 hours of victimhood and how awful Meghan Markle was treated by everybody here. It would appear from this very damaging report that it may be the other way around. I do believe that something definitely went on with the PAs because they kept on leaving, and that was well documented. Apparently on a royal tour of Malaysia or Indonesia, one of the two countries, there was this incident whereby Meghan Markle's PA at the time had shooed away the public, and she was controlling Meghan Markle's space and interaction with the crowd in order to ensure that the tour ran smoothly, and they ran through with their schedule according to the time that had been set out. And from what I saw, this lady was just trying to do her job, and apparently Meghan Markle shredded her to pieces after that because she actually wanted to spend more time trying to convey that she's a really lovely person. And the PA was left in floods and floods of tears. And shortly after that incident, when she completed that royal tour whereby she was chaperoning Meghan Markle and supporting her in her royal duties, she quit. And I think it was the one who had been of service to the royal firm for 2 decades. That's a long time to suddenly decide that you've had enough, and a rather strange, abrupt decision to make, considering this is someone who was clearly committed to serving the royal firm for life. And people who generally do work for the royal firm tend to stay for decades, if not until retirement. So a lot of people found it quite stressful to have to work for Meghan Markle. And I know that people are getting frustrated with this Meghan and Harry story. They can't understand why they just won't go quietly into the night and get on with it, but they seem to not want to do that. They want to kick up a fuss and get as much attention as they possibly can. So someone commented on this article and they said she was a Z-list actress who no one ever had heard of until she met Harry. She's still acting now. She ran away to Canada with Harry and Archie in tow for a private life. 5 minutes later, she's in Hollywood, pulling every publicity stunt imaginable, but to allow this so-called interview to go ahead when Harry's grandfather is seriously ill in hospital is low, even by her standards. I, for one, definitely won't be watching. This is nothing more than a free advert for hers and Oprah's joint business venture, which I'm sure will be getting a good plugging. And I think that there's something in that. I think that Meghan has gone into business with Oprah. Over what specifically, I don't know. It could be opening up some kind of feeding program or an orphanage. But I just find it strange, along with everyone else, as to why she just won't go away. Why they won't go away. And as I said in my previous video before this, they are definitely, as they said, rattling the hornet's nest and poking the hornet's nest, so to speak, and it's going to erupt, and it's not going to be nice when it finally does. Who knows? We could see an open lawsuit against the Sussexes from the Cambridges. Wouldn't that make fantastic watching? That would be very entertaining. I don't think it's going to get to that, but I don't know. At this rate, it's a runaway freak train, and who knows when it's going to stop. So yeah, this was meant to be a short video. It's just a quick one because I'm going to be moving on to something else. Like I said, there's a lot to cover before this major interview drops. I'll be back with another video. Bye guys.